What's up, everybody? It's the Alex Leak and Friends NBA podcast. Back for another week. I'm your host, Alex Leak. We got Stoyo back on the show. Stoyo, it's been a minute, but it's good to have you back.
Thank you. What's going on? It has been a while, but I'm here just visiting. Hello, fans. Hello, everyone. And let's have fun watching this old school NBA game.
Yeah, rewatch, another rewatch episode, and 2011 NBA Finals Game 2. Stoyo, if I remember correctly, Dirk was your favorite player at this time. Is that right?
That is correct. I grew up in Europe, and basically the only games they were showing were Dirk Nowitzki games and the Lakers, and I wasn't all about them Lakers. So Dirk all
Nice.
the way.
Dirk, do you agree best shooting 7-footer of all time?
Absolutely, no doubt about it. And he almost won two rings,
Yeah.
but only got the one. But I think he did a lot of work to accomplish that. Put the team on his
Yeah,
back, no one else.
yeah, and that's something that isn't talked about a lot in this series is the motivation factor for Dirk trying to get revenge, not only his first ring, but get revenge on the Heat and Dwayne Wade.
Especially with the rest calls in the first series that they faced in '06. I
Mhm.
think that the Mavericks got kind of screwed over by the refs. There were a lot of phantom calls on Dwayne Wade. They were up
Yeah.
2-0, and then the Heat won four straight. And if I remember correctly, Dirk Nowitzki went to Australia for a few months, just trying to recover from that. And it was deep. Like he put the team on his back, and it was just one of the best series I've ever seen.
That's why if you win the championship, you don't need to go, far away and get your head straight, right? You're celebrating. Like that's why I don't buy the whole, hey, we made it to the finals, we're happy with that. You know what I mean?
Oh, you got to win. Like no one
Yeah,
remembers second place.
exactly. So here we go. Tip off. Dallas got the ball first. Um, what were your thoughts going into this series? The Heat had just beaten MVP Derrick Rose and my Bulls, and I thought the Celtics would give the Heat a series. I thought those Bulls it would go 6 or 7 games, and they beat both in five. And it looked like at this point that nobody could beat this Heat team with three superstars. What did you think? Did you think Dallas had any shot of beating this team?
I thought they had chances, but I honestly did not think it was going to happen. I was hoping that they were just going to give them a series and
Yeah,
hopefully push it to seven.
yeah,
Um, LeBron says not five, not six, not seven. And honestly, it scared me. Dirk
yeah.
was definitely the best player on Dallas, but besides Dirk, it falls off pretty fast. Yeah, Sean Marion was there, Jason Kidd, but Miami had three future Hall of Famers on their team, while Dallas had the two, and one of them used to be known as No Shot J Kidd. So
Yeah. So like Chris Bosh, if you remember in that Bulls series, was unstoppable. Like I went back and watched the highlights of every playoff game in preparation for this, and Chris Bosh, I was absolutely torching Boozer, Taj Gibson, Noah. It didn't matter who they put on him. Bosh was just going crazy, and it was like, man, I don't know that this team can be beat. Bosh was a number one option in Toronto. Wade, a former champion, number one option, and then you add LeBron. It's like almost unfair, you know?
I definitely thought that Bosch should not been a third option anywhere, and he
Yeah.
just decided I wanted to win rings. And for the first time, I thought that the Heat could potentially buy a ring, and
Yep.
it frustrated me very much.
Yeah. Yeah. I was rooting against them so hard, but I had almost given up hope going into this series. The Heat won game one at home, and this is game two. Everything was going according to script, as far as LeBron's not five, not six, not seven. If they win year one together, who's to stop them from potentially three-peating,
For sure.
So huge series. They're looking at Dirk's middle finger here. I actually suffered this same injury this last summer. they call it mallet finger, where I think you tear a tendon in that first knuckle, and your finger's messed up, and he's playing through it.
Yeah, Dirk definitely wanted to win. I think he was more motivated than anyone else on the court, and he probably thought this was his last shot to win the ring, so he had to
Yeah,
make it count. In my
yeah,
opinion, the Mavs had no business even being in the finals that year, but somehow they made it.
man. Dirk put the team on his back. You look back at that great conference finals with the Thunder, the Mavs and the Thunder, and a young up and coming, Westbrook, Harden, Durant, and Dirk has just been absolutely ridiculous. And Jason Kidd has been pretty good. Dallas had a good deep bench full of veterans. They had, Sean Marion, Tyson Chandler, Jason Terry, Deshaun Stevenson. You see him going tumbling into the first row.
Don't you forget about Brian Cardinal.
Yep, Ryan Cardinal. But I mean, yeah, he were huge favorites. First year, Eric Spoelstra, rookie head coach Eric Spoelstra.
It almost felt like David versus Goliath.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
after game one, I was hoping the Mavs would not go down 0-2.
yes. And this is a great game to watch. You'll see how it unfolds. I mean, um, the Heat. So, like, I mean, this is a good example for Heat fans that say, like Wade was washed or injured, and Bosch had the heart rhythm issue. This is we're getting to see prime Wade and prime Bosch. Like, they're still absolutely balling this year. I mean, at times, as great as LeBron was, it was arguable to say who was the best player on that team because Dwayne Wade was just as good.
Shout out to Udonis Haslem, who's still a member of the Miami Heat.
Yep. He hurt the Bulls in that series too.
Don't remind
Haslam
me.
fine. Yeah. Old Mike Bibby.
Yeah, I loved Bibby in Sacramento. Was
Yeah.
a baller. But yeah, everyone tried to stack on and get their rings.
Those were some great series too. The Kings and Mavs back in the day.
Yeah, those were classics.
Yep.
Old Deshaun Stevenson.
Yep. Him and LeBron have a rivalry going all the way back to the Wizard days.
Yeah.
Mismatch alert. Oh no, that was Wade. I thought it was Bosch. Good bucket.
But still, I still believe that that Miami team underachieved.
Yeah. I mean,
They they could have had a lot more. They should have been a dynasty.
well, they should have at least three-peated. And imagine if they had won four in a row. Then LeBron would legit have a GOAT case. He could say, I won four in a row. Jordan never won four in a row. The only guy that won four in a row is Bill Russell. So if LeBron wanted to be the GOAT, if he takes care of business in this series, in Miami, he's got a good chance. And do you agree? It's about you only have a limited amount of times to win as much as possible. So you need to win as much as possible in your prime, in your championship window. If you let opportunities pass you by, then you're going to underachieve.
I think that Jordan did way more with a lot less. Jordan had two three-peats when the Bulls were notorious for not wanting to pay anyone.
Yep.
When Miami just like somehow accomplished like one of the best top three together.
Yeah. Unprecedented at the time. Like, people like to compare it to what the Celtics did, bringing Ray Allen and Garnett, but they were past their prime a little bit. They were still damn good, but they weren't in their prime like these three.
It was unbelievable. LeBron even went on ESPN for the famous or infamous decision. And I
Yeah.
remember watching that and I could not believe my eyes. I was like, you ruined the NBA. You're just
Yeah.
trying to stack teams. And ever since then, it feels like people are just trying to make these mega teams. And as fans, you have to hate it, in my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah. That's why I wasn't as critical of Durant going to Golden State because it's bad, it's terrible, but it's just as bad as this was.
I disagree. I do not like the fact that the Thunders were beaten by the Warriors, and instead of coming back the next year and fighting them, Kevin Durant joined them. I
Yeah.
recall also Peyton Manning have a good joke at the ESPYS over that.
Yep. I mean, yeah, they said
Former
they're gonna
Bull Tyson
change that.
Chandler.
Yep, Tyson Chandler, and he was huge. And it was surprisingly he was only there for like one season, right?
I thought it was a couple. I'm not sure, but
Or I think he leaves after this year. The next year he goes to the Knicks.
oh wow.
And it's like you just won a championship. I would have kept Tyson Chandler, but this really was the last chance for Dallas. The team kind of falls apart pretty quickly, and Dirk's game does a little bit too. This is the last of Dirk really putting the team on his shoulders. I think
Yeah,
you see
yeah,
Wade
you're
just
right. Tyson played that 1 year and then came back after 3 seasons to play for Dallas again in 2014-15.
okay,
Deshaun Stevenson almost.
yeah,
But yeah, Dallas started out 12-6, so they were up six in the first quarter.
mm-hmm, good start, but it's just so hard to contain. There's LeBron, and LeBron was hitting his three at this time. I mean, my thing with LeBron, I've always said, make him be a jump shooter, right? Take away his driving lanes and make him be a jump shooter. But at this time in his career, you had to defend the jump shot too, because he'll drop 40, 50 on you easily.
For sure. But it's such an advantage when you have LeBron James just camping at the 3 point line. Like, it's
Oh, yeah.
ridiculous that you can just do that.
Yeah, and it's like, how are you supposed to help with Wade and Bosch too? It's like you got to play everyone straight up.
And the Heat also had good role players, like Mario Chalmers is a good one
Mike Miller.
for sure. Like, he was a 3 point, like, when he was on, he could drop like a few of them.
Mm-hmm. Luckily, Dirk's injury is on his non-shooting hand. I tried shooting with my finger like that, and I couldn't make anything. It like takes away your touch. It goes like numb. Oh, come on, kid. No one's over there.
That is correct.
Man, I was so mad that year. I mean, being a Bulls fan, MVP Derrick Rose, and we lose in five to the Heat, and it's hard to get over that. And credit to LeBron. I mean, LeBron's defense on Wade late in those games played a big role. You know, it's the
I hate
thing
to
if
give LeBron James credit, but when credit is due,
yeah, that's my thing is like if he went all out all the time. I mean, I feel like he could, as great as he's been, I feel like he could have been better. Great move by Bosch.
I think if LeBron James had the clutch gene since he's played since he was 18, he could have had 8 rings. And then I would call him the GOAT. But at this
Mm-hmm.
moment, he has four, and some other players have more. And Jordan, in my opinion, is the GOAT.
What happens if Steph Curry ends his career with more rings than LeBron?
So far, Kobe has more rings than LeBron.
Yep.
Rest in peace.
Yeah. That really hurts, man. Kobe the NBA is missing Kobe even now. Like he would have so much to say about this whole sitting games and flopping and the entire NBA as a whole right now. You know, he would have a lot of good comments.
LeBron with a step back three and a brick.
It's amazing how much better Jason Kidd's jumper and three ball got late in his career.
Well, supposedly Dirk helped him with his shot when he got to Dallas.
Yeah, Dirk's shot is like unfair. I think you dropped like 100 on me on a video game with Dirk.
107, but who's counting?
Great game so far, back and forth.
I truly miss this NBA. I
Hmm.
think it was way more interesting when the games would be close, but now it just seems like it's a scrimmage out there. I skipped work to watch this game, and I don't regret it.
Yeah,
Now I probably wouldn't even care.
yeah,
That's not true. I would care, but the NBA doesn't really play defense till the playoffs.
exactly. It's like the regular season's so hard. I mean, he can still play at a pretty high level, but I think mentally it's starting to wear on him.
I think that Brady is a different breed. Brady eats like avocado ice cream and is all about football. I think that LeBron is not as dedicated as
Yeah,
Brady, and pretty much no one is as dedicated as Brady is.
yeah,
This is why Brady is Brady.
yep. Brady, Kobe, Jordan, the select few.
The select few, like those people hated to lose more than anyone.
And even Jordan, let's be real, Jordan was out golfing before games, smoking cigars, drinking out, good liquor. Like Jordan, if he ate avocado ice cream, could have played till he was 60.
That is correct. But Jordan, I think, was addicted to competing. I
Yeah,
think Brady just wants to win. It's
yeah,
slightly different.
yeah.
I think that Jordan, even if you had like $5 and play like a poker game, he would want that $5 from you.
Yeah, like in the last dance where he's like playing dice with his security team.
Yeah, like
Like $1 bills, yeah.
there he is. I'll give him credit. Pat Riley is hell of a coach, hell of a GM.
Yeah.
Respect.
No, knows how to win. I think that LeBron should have stayed with Pat Riley and he could have had a better shot at winning more, I think.
I think he could have gotten five if he stayed in Miami.
Yeah. And then he kind of like he goes back to Cleveland and it's hard to win in Cleveland, even when you got a stacked roster with Kyrie and Kevin Love and Tristan and J.R. Smith. It's hard to win in Cleveland. And then you got teams like Golden State.
I give him credit way more for the Cleveland championship than
Hmm.
anything he did in Miami because
Yeah,
that was just a ridiculous team. I give more credit to Pat Riley for making that team than anyone involved.
yeah. I thought the Celtics could beat this Heat team. The Celtics were coming off going to the finals and losing to the Lakers in seven. And if you remember, Rondo gets hurt in game three and dislocates his elbow and plays the rest of the series on like one arm. And it wasn't really too competitive after that. But the Celtics kind of had LeBron's number, that KG, Pierce, Allen Celtics team.
Yeah, but I will say that that team already KG was in the later half of his career. So was
Yep.
Allen, so was Paul Pierce. This was like a big three done in their prime. If I
Yeah,
was
I know.
an NBA owner, I would be so frustrated that that actually happened.
Yep.
I mean, I hate the fact that as soon as the big three was made, you pretty much could say that the Heat are most likely going to make it to the NBA Finals, and they did.
Yeah, 4 years in a row.
Yeah,
Well,
that's not what
JJ,
you want. You want a league that's way more competitive, like the NFL, who does it super well.
yes, absolutely. But it just goes to show you too how hard it is to three-peat, right? These
Oh
Warriors,
yeah,
these Heat didn't three-peat. The KD Warriors didn't three-peat. You know, it's tough. Not only to win at a high level for 3 years in a row, but even just to stay healthy. And if you look at the last year of Jordan in '98, Pippen got hurt. The Bulls could have easily lost that series to the Jazz. One missed shot here, one made shot there in a different direction.
yeah.
That's that's why I like the NBA because it's like one shot here or there can alter timelines all over the league. You know, you take away Ray Allen's made three, how much does that affect the NBA? It's one shot. Take away John Paxson's three against the Suns in '93. You know, it changes everything. Now you got Barkley with a ring and beat Jordan. You know, what would we be saying about Charles Barkley if he beat Michael Jordan in his prime for a ring?
For sure.
So I
I'm
love the
sure
what if
Barkley still
scenarios.
regrets that to this day.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dallas is up 6
Yep.
and 40 points in the second quarter, not in the first.
Yeah. How basketball should be played. I think Golden State allowed. I think they allowed 48 points in the first quarter tonight.
Oh my god. Yeah, like I won't watch that.
Yeah. Yeah. I thought the Heat win this series in 5 or 6. I was just hoping for a competitive series. Um.
I do miss Dirk.
Yeah. They asked Kevin Durant in the conference finals series. They said, "Why is Dirk such a tough player to defend?" He said, "Quote: He's a 7 foot jump shooter who makes one leg fadeaways." Yeah.
Exactly.
Good luck with that. First finals appearance for Eric Spoelstra. He's turned into a pretty good coach. A lot of people thought that he was just going to be a Pat Riley like puppet or a yes man for the big three, but he's turned out to be a pretty good coach and got Jimmy Butler and the Heat back to the finals. You like Eric Spoelstra?
Yeah, I mean, he started out as a video analyst and worked his way up and became
Mm-hmm.
a serious head coach. I
Yeah.
actually saw him at O'Hare Airport, and he looks a lot taller in person than he does on TV.
Did you get his autograph?
I did not, but we walked along side by side, and I wanted to ask him, "How do you keep millionaires motivated?" But I didn't ask him.
These Heat are fun to watch, though. So much talent on the floor together.
I just
How
remember
about?
when Dirk shot was on, it was just on.
Oh
If I
yeah.
remember correctly, in '06, Tim Thomas from the Suns was talking shit to Dirk, and Dirk ended up dropping 53 on him.
Wow. Yeah, when Dirk gets on, there's no defending him because he shoots those one-legged fadeaways off balance. It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
He's
like
got.
a 7 footer should not having turnaround jumpers like that.
Yeah, there's Eric, young Eric Spoelstra. back in '95. Yeah, it's unfair. In game one of the conference finals, the series before this, Dirk scores 48 and only missed three shots. He was 12 of 15 from the field and 24 for 24 from the free throw line.
Deshaun Stevenson with the three.
Nice.
Yeah, you have LeBron running points. Like, what
Hmm.
are you supposed to do? Like,
He's got great vision. You know, you got a 6'9", 250 point guard. That makes things awfully difficult.
for sure.
But to me, this is my personal opinion. I don't want LeBron playing point. I know he's a great passer. I know he can play the role. To me, I think LeBron would have been at his best if he put on some weight and put him down at the four, at the power forward, put him in the post.
Yeah, that would be good. And you can have Dwayne Wade run point or even
Exactly.
Bibby, but
Yeah. But LeBron in the post, he can use his great vision out of the post to kick out to threes and cutters for layups. And then you get him stronger and get him banging with the bigs. He can really impact the game with rim protection and rebounding too.
yeah.
Block shots. I mean, he would have been the ultra athletic power forward. You think about the success that like Amari Stoudemire, Chris Bosh, these great power forwards have had, and LeBron's no doubt big enough to play that role.
Since you bring up Amare, I wonder if he never gotten hurt, what would have happened with him? Because he averaged like 35 points a game against Tim Duncan in his prime.
Yeah, no, Amari, young rookie, and first couple of years of Amari when he was healthy was my favorite player in the league. He could have been special.
He could have, but sometimes your body just doesn't agree with you.
Hmm. Another guy I really liked was Sean Kemp,
Oh, for sure.
who would dunk over the top of anybody in his prime. Luckily, Kemp was in the news recently. Luckily, he's not getting charged.
LeBron
Washington,
with a difficult shot and the end one. Kind of looks
yeah.
like traveling, but who am I to say?
The NBA doesn't know what traveling is anymore. It takes
Ah,
it takes six steps, and then all the kids on Twitter try to tell you that was a drop a jump step or whatever they call it. They're
as
like, no,
someone would say, ball don't lie, LeBron.
exactly. Rashid, good pass, kid.
There you go. Tyson with the easy bucket. Yeah, like Dallas is somehow still up in this game.
Yeah, they it's all about closing. You gotta. This team's so high powered. A heat run is gonna come eventually. They were also such a great defensive team. That's the thing is Bosh, Wade, and LeBron could all defend at a high level.
Come on, Jay.
Tyson Chandler was disappointed with himself after game one. I think he only had like 4 rebounds. And so he's like motivated here in game two.
It is wild that now Jason Kidd is coaching the Mavs.
Hmm. Speaking of the Mavs, do you like Luca?
No,
You
I
don't?
love him.
You love Luca? Is he your
I
new?
love
I
Luca.
mean, he's fun to watch.
Yeah, he can do a lot right now, and I just hope he doesn't get hurt. And
Hmm.
I really do not understand why they brought in Kyrie.
Well, they're trying to bring him some help, but maybe Kyrie's not the right guy.
I don't think Kyrie is the right guy. If KD was available, I would have traded the world to get KD.
Yeah.
with Luka. I think that would have been a better pairing because both Luka and Kyrie can run points. So like, why would you have like two guys that need the rock on the same team? And personally, I don't think that Kyrie is really reliable right now.
Yeah. He can catch and shoot, but yeah, it's you're kind of redundant with the two ball handlers, and I think it will make them slightly better than they were last year, but championship level, I don't know. I mean, they were in what, the conference finals last year.
Yeah.
So they need to build around Luca. I agree. Maybe Kyrie's not the right guy though.
Especially when he won't commit to next season and he has asked reporter not to ask him in the post game if he's going to stay in Dallas or not. So I would
Yeah.
have not given up as much as the Mavs did.
Yeah, for potentially a 1 year rental.
Yeah, like a half a year.
Yeah. Do you like the way the Suns are built?
Right now, absolutely. I
Yeah.
think they're probably my pick to win right now.
Yeah. I'm surprised they got KD without having to give up Chris Paul or Aiton.
Exactly. Like to have a top four now.
Yeah.
I
And
think that Devin Booker as a number two option is such a good move. And
yes.
Chris Paul can just facilitate and everyone can be like fed properly.
Yep.
They just need to build some chemistry now.
I loved that. Did you like that Suns Bucks series from 2 years ago?
Yeah, absolutely.
I want that so bad. And I think Durant, the added element of Durant, I want that rematch so bad. But the last couple of years, all I've wanted is a Lakers Clippers playoff series, and I couldn't get that. So
Yeah, the Battle of LA would be always interesting.
yeah. And then the Clippers add Russell Westbrook, and that's not really working either.
I think that Westbrook is past his prime now and
Tries to
is
do too much
yeah,
and turns the ball over too much. Yeah.
that was always a problem for him, but now it's becoming even worse.
Yeah. One of the big what ifs is even after LeBron left, I would have liked to see what the Heat look like if Wade can get healthy and Chris Bosh doesn't have to leave the game with his issues, his
For
health
sure.
issues. I would have loved to see Wade and Bosh together
Because
because
they
I
should have
think
been able to do something.
yeah, and how cool would it have been to see like a Cavs Heat playoff series, LeBron against Wade and Bosh,
For sure.
but unfortunately, sometimes injuries ruin a good thing. You
Oh
look
my
back at
god.
that defense, yeah.
Yeah.
Was
Jason
that
Kidd getting packed.
was that Wade on the block?
That was Wade on the block.
A very underrated blocking shooting guard.
Yeah, a
Wade,
few seasons he averaged over a block a game.
yeah.
If I remember correctly, when Wade was on the Bulls, he was the Bulls' lead blocker.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't mind that Bulls team. I got called out on Twitter last year for comparing last year's Bulls to the Wade, Rondo, Butler Bulls. They're like, get out of here. This team is so much better. I was like, I don't know about that.
I just wish that the Bulls would have gotten Wade instead of getting Boozer and that crowd because during that off season there were talks that Wade was coming to Chicago.
Yeah. There was talks that LeBron was coming to Chicago too.
There were a lot of talks, and
Yeah.
then we ended up getting Boozer. I thought we are gonna get Bosch for a second, and then nope, we get Boozer.
Well, if we had gotten Utah Boozer, I was happy. But you get Boozer who is afraid of contact and wants to shoot a fadeaway for no reason.
Probably one of the most issue I had with the Bull was with Boozer
Hmm.
because we paid him like a superstar, and we did not get that.
And before he even steps on the court, he breaks his hand,
Yeah,
misses half the year. Good back and forth game early. Very evenly matched. I mean, the Heat are on paper heavy favorites, but Dallas is playing their ass off.
But this is such a huge game. I think if the Heat go up 2-0, it
Mhm.
becomes almost like a guarantee that they win.
Yeah, and mentally it plays a role. Like the series isn't over because you're going to Dallas for three straight, but mentally you get down 2-0 and it's like this team's just better than us.
For sure. And like you just tell yourself everyone was right. Everyone knew at the beginning of the year they're going to win. It's basically the whole world versus Dallas. Even as a Dallas fan, I at this time I didn't believe it. I just
Hmm.
wanted hope and we
But
got it somehow.
also, this is a big game for Miami, and they're probably too cocky to even think about it at this moment. But if you lose game two and then it's 1-1 and you give Dallas some hope, and then you go three straight games on the road, you open the door for a much more competitive series. You
For
know,
sure.
when you got three superstars, I bet a little overconfidence can sneak in there.
And even to fast forward to game 3, Miami beat Dallas by 2. So it was
Yeah,
also a very close game.
Dirk had a shot to tie it and send it to overtime, and he just missed it. And then, what did you think of the time when LeBron and Wade were caught making fun of Dirk coughing?
I loved it because I knew Dirk was going to show up. I
Man,
just knew. I thought it was a huge mistake by them, and I'm like,
yeah,
wow, you guys are way too cocky right now.
yep.
There's 3 of you. There's one Dirk. You guys should be humble and just win. But
Just keep
Dirk
your mouth
wanted
shut and
that
win.
championship.
Yeah. Um, Josh says that he knew that that was when it was over because he thought that Wade, because Wade had already won a championship on his own, with Shaq, but Wade took over that series. He thought that Wade had that killer instinct and Wade was going to rub off on LeBron. But then when they were coughing, making fun of Dirk, Josh goes, "Uh-oh, LeBron's rubbing off on Wade." He's
Yeah,
like, "These guys are screwed."
I absolutely agree. It was bad. It cost them a ring for sure.
Yeah. I mean, Dirk goes superhuman. All right, tie game at halftime. Great game.
Yeah, for sure. Battle of the first half.
Yep.
Mavs were
And
up most of the time, and then the Heat closed with a 9-0 run.
and the second half is where it's going to get very interesting. You'll see. Um, I'm looking through my notes here. What did you think? I mean, the Lakers had been to three straight finals, won two of them, and then Dallas sweeps the Lakers. Well, I mean, that was crazy. No one saw that coming. Um, did you think that was kind of the end of the Lakers, or was Dallas just red hot?
I thought it was the end of the Lakers. This was the first time Phil Jackson was swept. I believe
Yeah.
this was the Andrew Bynum Lakers. And yeah, it was just a change in the guards
Yeah, that was when Bynum needed to step up and become the guy, the next Laker big center, dominant center, and he didn't show up. And Kobe tried his all. Kobe played his ass off, but I think Kobe was playing through injury. It was closer than people remember. Game one and game three came down to the wire. It's just everyone remembers game two and game four were blowouts.
for sure. But that's the thing in the playoffs. Like some games come to like one shot or two possessions or something very small. And then in the flow of things, then like the following game can be a blowout and all of a sudden you're down 3-0 and that's it.
Yep. Rick Carlisle, a hell of a coach for Dallas.
Yeah, respect.
Yep. He learned how to win. He was teammates with Larry Bird and Kevin McHale in those Celtics.
Yeah, and I also remember him as a Pistons head coach.
Oh yeah. Damn, I forgot about that.
I remember him again destroyed by the Pacers, and then I believe he got fired, and then Larry Brown became the Pistons head coach, and we had that '04 season. I really enjoyed the '04 Pistons.
I I gotta look that up. What I thought Rick Carlisle was the Pacers coach.
Oh, maybe you're right. Maybe you're right. That's my bad.
No, he was on. He was. Let me look. No, you're right. He was the assistant. Or no, he was the Pistons head coach. You're right. He went Pistons, then Larry Brown came in, then he went to the Pacers, then Dallas. So you're right. I had totally forgotten that he was the Pistons coach 2001 through 2003.
There we go. But yeah, that guy's a baller. He knows how to build a team, and
Mm-hmm.
he. I really do. I keep saying it, but to me, this was the '90s and the early 2000s was the greatest time in the NBA.
Well, this is even 2011. It is shocking to me. We don't have to go back that far to when NBA was still great. Like I thought the Warriors Cavs series were still great, but the NBA has really fallen off recently. I mean,
I think it starts with the decision. Once they made a pylon team in their prime, to me, it almost felt like it was like an unwritten rule that if you're going to pylon, it has to be like towards the end of someone's career,
yeah,
not their prime.
yeah,
But they changed the game, and now everyone is like, okay, to win a title, you need at least three superstars, not even
yeah,
four.
yeah, yeah. You look at what the Brooklyn Nets tried to do, what the Warriors did, what the Suns are trying to do now. But
Wow, good take by Wade.
yeah, that was the thing, man. You get these guys out in the open floor off a turnover and just, head to the bench. There's nothing you can do. Throwing alley oops all day. Here we go again. Uh-oh.
Should have dunked that.
Yep. Yeah, I think I don't know. I mean, I agree. I think it's more so the regular season that we don't like because you get into the playoffs are still good. Even Bucks Suns like we talked about, even last year, who was the finals last year? Warriors and Celtics. That was a good series.
Yeah,
So, the playoffs are still good, but at this time the NBA was just still must watch.
I remember just watching the playoffs like every fucking game.
Yeah. Well, like I remember when LeBron was on the Cavs and he would have like Eastern Conference Finals against the Hawks or the Raptors. Those weren't any good. That's where my people get on me for like not liking DeMar DeRozan on the Bulls, and I was like, I've seen plenty of DeRozan in Toronto, and I know he's not the guy.
I am
Toronto,
more of a Zach LaVine hater.
I,
Zach LaVine has the lowest winning percentage amongst NBA player with 500 games played for a team, and I
yeah,
believe Vucevic has the second worst record. And somehow to
wow,
decide to team those two together,
yeah. And then it doesn't help, man. They can't figure out Lonzo's injury at all. He's about to have a third surgery on that knee.
that is really unfortunate, and it is very hard to plan for something like that. But he
Yeah,
had these issues in the past.
yeah. It just sucks. Now LaMelo's out with a major injury too, so the Ball family can't be happy right now.
Yeah. Shout
So
out to American Airline. They ended up being the sponsors of both arenas, the American Airlines Center and the America Airline Arena. So they got the sponsorship that they wanted
they were dominating these finals, yeah.
for sure.
Wade in the post. Kid was a really well, bad timing. Kid's a good defender, just not on that play.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think that Jason Kidd could go out there in the NBA right now and still have 15 assists.
Oh yeah. Passing's one of the last things that goes.
Yeah, for sure.
Reggie Miller could go out there right now and drop 30 plus.
All from three.
Yeah. He wouldn't be as quick running around screens as he used to, but you
Just
don't really
can't.
have
They're not
to.
playing defense.
Yeah, you just stand out there. I was arguing with someone. I was like, to me, the NBA feels like, can you make the open three or not type of league. And
Maybe for the All-Star game, instead of having the rookie versus sophomore, you should have like NBA alumni 50 and over. I would love
yeah,
to watch that.
yeah. I want them to expand that big three league that Ice Cube's doing. Like
Yeah,
they
that's
need some
dope.
money behind it, but I want to see like Jordan get out there. I want to see let's get Magic Johnson out there for a game or two. Larry
I would
Bird,
love to see Shaq right now.
yeah, Shaq, he can still dunk it on people. Let's get
DJ
Charles Barkley.
Diesel,
Yeah, Kenny the Jet Smith. I bet he can still make it splash.
for sure. I see Jalen Rose on ESPN, and I know he's itching to be back on the court.
Yeah, they used to do kind of a version of that in the All Star game. It would be like, um, I think it was like a current player, a former player, and a WNBA player on the same team, 3-on-3.
Yeah, but weren't those like just shootouts?
Kind of, yeah, I think
Yeah,
so. Not actual basketball,
yeah.
yeah. Ooh, what's that they call travel? Come on now, kid. Back when they called traveling in a
In the
galaxy far.
finals too.
Huh?
In the finals as well.
Yeah. No, I don't understand what the NBA is doing. They're like sacrificing the integrity of the game to prop up their superstars, and it's like, bro, like rules are rules. Call the game the way it's supposed to be called. Just because your superstars travel, call it. They'll change it up real quick. Good steal by LeBron.
Technical foul on Caroline.
Yep. It's like a young Dwayne Casey right there too.
How many of those fans never came back after LeBron James left?
I know. Well, they're all Laker fans now. I,
That's
I
true.
I can't stand those fans. We just follow LeBron wherever he goes. Those are the most ridiculous fans you're ever gonna find.
I'm not gonna name names on the podcast, but we both know some Cleveland fans who burned LeBron James jersey and then purchased another one when he came back.
Yep, that we do. Fans are emotional, man. They overreact. Like Bibby, big shot.
Big shot.
He thinks it's Sacramento still. Heat up 5. They're trying to make a run. Dallas cannot afford to go down 0-2. Wade, underrated passer as well.
Absolutely. if you move the ball with that team, like you should be able to win most
Yeah,
games, and they did that.
yeah.
But they forgot one thing: they shouldn't have coughed in front of the camera.
Don't upset the Dirk.
Yeah.
No, I mean it's easy to have hindsight and be like, man, that Dallas team was so loaded and so talented. But at the time, I don't think the Heat were taking Dallas seriously. Like
No,
really.
but when you look, you have Jason Kidd, Tyson Chandler, and Sean Marion. Those are three great defensive players. And you
Yeah.
have Dirk, one of the best shooters, and Jason
Yeah.
Terry, who's just makes clutch shots that, yeah, at the end of the day, it is a good team, but on paper, Miami just looks miles ahead.
And the way they had been playing coming into the series, I think they were taking them for granted a little bit, but you shouldn't. And yeah, it's a veteran team with solid coaching and Dirk as your number one. And when he gets red hot, good luck. He can shoot with anybody. Chandler, stay on your feet there. What are you doing?
Yeah.
I mean, I look at all these guys in this game and think about the way the game is played now. What do you think Chris Bosh should be doing in the NBA right now if he was in his prime?
Um, I think if he's just shooting threes.
But I mean, probably an MVP candidate. The way he can run the floor, he can give you defense. He'd be shooting threes, but he could shoot them.
Yeah, maybe he'd be a point forward right now. Who knows?
Yeah.
There he is, Brian Cardinal.
Brian Cardinal. 10,
The
20 years
custodian.
from now, kids are gonna look at Brian Cardinal and be like, LeBron lost to this guy? He's no goat. That whole judging a player based on how they look thing that's something that needs to go out of style.
Yeah, Joe Ingles.
Yeah. Joe Ingles, I mean, Mark Price, Jeff Hornacek back in the day. You know Jeff Hornacek, he was good.
Greg Ostertag.
Yo. I mean, they would hate on Vlade Divas, who we all know is one of the best passing bigs of all time.
Yeah, I remember when Divac was on Sacramento and he averaged more assists than Bibby did.
Yeah. Playing facilitator to Turkoglu, Stojakovic, C-Web, Doug Christie, all those guys.
Bobby Jackson.
Yeah.
Young
That was,
Kevin Martin was on that team.
man, I kind of want to go back and watch some Kings.
Oh, Kings of Dallas. Oh, man. Those were some high scoring games for us back then, not compared to today, but
Yeah.
those were fun games.
No, I believe the other day we had like a 150 something. Both teams had 150.
Yeah, that's just odd.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
That's great for defensive players, but for the real NBA, it's just
Man,
different. I need to accept it that it has changed, but I don't know.
I'm
I just
hoping
like
that
defense. I like good defense and competitive games.
yeah, I'm hoping that it will come back. Like the sports usually is cyclical, it cycles, and so I think that the bigs are going to make a comeback, and hopefully that slows the game down a little bit. You start playing back to the basket in the paint. All this 3-point shooting, it's going to go out of style at some point. I hope. Let's get some
Especially
coaches.
when not everyone's a great 3-point shooter and they're just like chucking them out there.
Yeah, but we need some coaches to come into the league. I thought the league was full of coaches that knew the game, but we need some coaches that are like, hey, he go up 6. Now it's going to start getting good. Fourth quarter, it's money time.
I think we forgot to mention Robert Ory.
Yep, Robert Ory.
Big shot Bob.
Yep. Wade gets those touch fouls, man.
a lot.
Yeah. He's a great player. I'm not gonna hate on Wade, but he gets the benefit of the doubt a lot. And this
I,
Heat team in general, right? They got all the calls.
I will say that the big three comes out of the same class, and that is
Yeah.
also equally impressive. And the Pistons could have completely changed their franchise if they would have drafted someone better than Darko.
Who would you have taken ideally? You can't take Darko went what, two?
Darko went too. You should have drafted Melo.
Mello or Wade or
I,
Bosh? You
I
would
would have
take
taken
Mello?
Melo, and the '04 Pistons could have won two, maybe three.
Yeah. You put that Mello with that defense. I agree.
Because the Spurs won in '05 and they barely beat Detroit. If
Yeah.
Melo was on that team, like Darko didn't do anything.
Yeah.
So you put Melo there, he probably becomes their highest scorer. And that gets Larry Brown the second ring, gets Chauncey a second ring, Ben Wallace, all those guys.
We're gonna have to do I'm gonna have to do a rewatch of those Pistons teams. Maybe a Pistons Spurs finals, LeBron with the steps.
Yeah, just imagine having Chauncey as starting point, Rick as shooting guard, Melo as small forward, Rashid and Ben Wallace. Oh my God, that's like
Yeah.
insanity.
And then Tayshawn off the bench.
Tayshaun off the bench, yeah.
Yep.
Mehmet Okur off the bench.
Yeah. Those were great teams already. You had Melo. That's ridiculous.
That's why you need to hit your top draft picks. If you're in the lottery, you need to get a stud.
So you're telling me Anthony Bennett was the wrong pick?
Probably.
That's a name a lot of people don't even know for a number one overall pick.
He disappeared quickly, but I do remember that draft, and it was either he was gonna go one overall or probably gonna be like 15th because for some reason Cleveland was like in love with him, but I don't think he had much interest from anyone else.
Yeah. They were
But it
comparing
just
him to
whiffed.
Larry Johnson. Yeah.
And isn't that the same draft where Giannis got drafted?
Might have been. Yeah.
Yeah, and he went like 18th or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, that year Anthony Bennett went first, Victor Oladipo went second, and Giannis went 15th.
Okay.
Rudy went 27th.
Rudy Gay.
No, Rudy Gobert
Oh, Rudy Gobert. Yeah, I mean, any of those guys would be better than Anthony Bennett.
for sure. Even CJ McCollum went 10th.
Yeah. Out of like Lehigh, right? McCollum came out of some
Yeah,
crazy school. All right, so you're seeing the lead start to grow here. Heat up 12.
I was panicking at that moment. I
I mean,
remember being in West Virginia working security, and I was like, oh my God, no. I do not want LeBron to have his first ring
home. 15-point lead with
with
7 minutes.
7 minutes to go.
Keep an eye on that. Remember that. Look at LeBron and Wade coming off the court, celebrating like they already won the championship. Now pay attention to the rest of this game. This is when it gets good right here. Let's see how the Heat perform. LeBron, Wade, Dirk. Go to work, Dirk. You're down 15. Ooh, foul on you, Donis, though. Bosch struggling, 4 for 15, but he don't care if they're up big. Ooh, good pass. Marion just
Oh my
blew
God,
that.
Marion, you gotta hit that.
Yeah,
One of the best nicknames, though, the
yeah,
Matrix.
yeah. Go to work, Tyson. Oh man. All right, chance to increase the lead.
Up 15 with 6 minutes left. You have the ball, and you have a hard time bringing it up court. Okay,
Yeah.
LeBron, sit down.
But I mean, this should be a wrap, right? I mean, that should be 18. Gonna hit that one.
You would have hit that one. It's pretty much over.
Yeah, 20-point fourth quarter lead. I mean, come on now. Terry, that's a good look.
Gotta chip away.
Yep. It'd be so easy to be like, it's not fair. We can't compete with this team. Unprecedented super team, three guys in their prime. We only have Dirk. We can't do it. But no, feeling sorry for yourself. Keep fighting. Good look for Chalmers. Can't hit it. Let's go, kid. Ooh. Jason Terry with that LeBron defense, so he's down ready for the layup. Now it's an 11-point game. That was a big 4 points there.
This is why I have a hard time with just taking so many threes. You're up 15, you miss
Yeah,
two threes. If you
yeah.
have just taken one to the basket and you make it a just an easy two,
Whoa, what was
it's a
that?
different game.
I
But
like
now
that
you miss
attack in
two,
the basket, but LeBron just missed that layup. Yeah, I agree with you. There's a
and now
time,
all of a sudden it's a 10-point game.
yeah, there's a time and a place for threes. And that to me is why a lot of teams nowadays, and it's bad basketball IQ in my opinion. Like Phil Jackson says it in the Lakers finals. He's like, I don't want anyone taking a three the rest of the game. We're
I'm
going to the bench.
perfectly fine with that.
Yeah. That might be old school mentality, but I don't care what kind of mentality it is as long as it leads to wins.
For
Like,
me, you should move the basketball and try to find the open guy. If
yeah,
he's open at three, you take the three. But nowadays, I feel like, oh, just try to shoot a three. I don't like that.
yeah, with like 20 seconds still on the shot clock. Good pet. Oh, good defense though, kid. 5 seconds on the shot clock, so great defense puts Miami in a tough spot here. But you got shooters everywhere. Good look for Bosch. He's struggling in this game. He's like 4 for 16 now. Oh, see, like me, tell me if you agree with this. LeBron, with his size and strength and speed and agility, why isn't LeBron a multi-time defensive player of the year? You know what I
Desire.
mean? Yeah, like that to me, that's it. Like you can make excuses about how Mark Gasol won the award or Joakim Noah won the award. Leave no doubt. Go dominate on both ends of the court. LeBron's got the ability to do it. He just didn't do it enough.
I think if LeBron really was dedicated, he could average 5 steals a game.
Yeah, and 5 blocks. I mean,
Yeah.
damn near. It's really telling that Jordan had a season where he multiple seasons where he recorded 200 steals and 100 blocks in a season. LeBron's never done either of those things.
Wow, that's a good stat.
Yeah, he should be able to get to those. I think Wade's had 100 blocks. Um, LeBron at the line, big free throws, 0 for 2 so far. I like this though. Attack the rim, LeBron. He should be doing this the rest of the game. LeBron or Wade.
And when you're that big, you should have the ability to change gears and just pretty much take over games.
Yeah. I mean, what does everyone say about him? He's a freight train off the tracks. He
Yeah,
he's gonna get to the basket no matter what. So do it when it matters most. Do it with the game on the line. Leave no room for error. There you go. Wide open. Good pass by Dirk. And no J
there you
Kid.
go, Jay.
Yep. 6 point game just like that. Here comes Dallas. LeBron, the Heat better wake up. Put him away. All right. Tough shot though. Again, you said it earlier. You'll live with that shot.
For sure.
Step back, fade away with Marion guarding you. There's Dirk. Double teaming him though. Big shot by Jason Terry. That's a tough
Wow,
shot.
huge. four
Good
point
good
game
defense.
when it was just 15.
Yep, that quickly. 8 points by Terry in that run. It's fitting to me that Jason Terry played such a big role with that tattoo, you know? He is
You have
big.
to believe it's insane.
Yeah. I love this crew. Do you like these guys? Mark Jackson, Van Gundy, and Mike Breen?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
I really like Van Gundy as an analyst.
Yep. Mark Jackson, another one of those plumbers they like to talk about. Turnover Bosch. That's a
Oh,
bad
big
turnover.
turnover by Bosch there.
Yeah. Big opportunity for Dallas. There's Dirk. In rhythm, in your face. Rattled
Man,
it in.
missed that shot.
Yeah. Dirk did not care. He's like, give it to me. 2 point game now. I mean, you were up 15. Now it's a 2 point game. Talk about momentum shift. Udonis with a good look. He was hitting that against the Bulls.
Even though I know the outcome, this is so nerve wracking.
I know. It's real good basketball. I mean, finals, so much on the line. That's why it's so much fun to watch live. Let's go, Dirk. Ooh,
Oh, I think that's a foul, but
what in the hell is going on? That was chaos. They
how
could have
they're not
called it,
calling
but
that?
yeah, I think they would have called it for the other team, but they didn't for Dallas. But I like it when they swallow the whistles. I hope they do for both sides. Good D, Marion. Tough shot. That's you'll live with that all day.
For sure. Wow. Come on, where's the power rebound?
Good job by Bosch on that rebound. He's not shooting the ball well, but that's a big rebound. Back in LeBron's hands. Yeah, give it back to LeBron. That's why I don't like him passing it off. I mean, tough shot though. You'll live with that. Those are bailout. Oh,
Wow. Can someone grab a board?
here we
Go,
go.
go.
Tie game. What now,
That game.
Miami?
Wow.
That chaos right there, right? When it's a loose ball.
17-2 run. Oh my God.
Yeah. With the series on the line, right? Can't go down 0-2. And Miami should have a lump in their throat thinking about the missed opportunity if they blow this game, you know? That'd be kind of fun to go to it, like a game where they're not playing, but they're showing it on the big screen.
We did that for the Cubs.
You did? Or oh
We
yeah,
did.
we
We're
did that.
outside
Yeah.
the
Yep.
stadium.
That was awesome, actually. Yeah. All right, tie game. Less than a minute to go. This is grown man basketball right here. Who wants it? All right, let's go, Wade. Man, so many threes, right?
Yeah, they took like three
Like,
threes in a row, and all of them bad shots.
yeah, good
They were
defense.
forcing it.
And then you give the. I mean, that's all I
Oh,
want taking a three. Dirk with the silencer, putting him up.
so
What's
this is
that
a
like a
22 run.
Yeah, I was just gonna say 20-2 to close it out. This is why LeBron gets those choke labels. LeBron doesn't always choke, and sometimes he's clutch. He's hit multiple game winners. But this right here in the finals with a chance to win your first championship and you're allowing a 20-2 run at home, this is why you get those labels. Fair or unfair, right?
I mean, that's fair. I mean, he left that ring on the table. You're up
Yeah.
15 in the fourth. You should be able to close with that big three, no question asked.
Now, I don't know if you remember what happens here. This is pretty crazy.
I only remember because I watched the highlight preparing for this.
Okay. At the time live, I was like, what the fuck? 26 seconds left, 20-2 run. And watch what happens here. What the hell? Defend him, bro. What are you doing? If
It's
that
a good
had
play.
cost him, man.
I'll
Jason
give
Terry,
that to the coach because no one expected the ball to go to Mario.
yeah. And good vision by LeBron to see that he was uncovered. And I don't know what Jason Terry was doing here. He gets lost. I think they show the replay here in a second. Yeah, watch Jason Terry. Like, what are you doing? Go get your guy. Maybe Kid was supposed to switch. Either way, can't allow that.
I think that one's on Terry.
I
I
do too.
think Kid is just trying to make up for it, but
Yeah.
Jason is just hanging out when it's like a pretty clutch play.
All right. So 24 seconds left. If you're Dallas, you don't want to give the ball back to Miami with any time on the clock. You want to take the last shot. Worst case scenario, go to overtime. Oh yeah, that's definitely on Terry. And then Kid's like, "What the hell?"
I mean, you still have to make it, but that's way too open for an NBA three, especially in the finals.
Yeah. And Chalmers a good 3-point shooter. I mean, really, any NBA player, you give him a wide open three, you expect him to make it. I bet if you give Ben Wallace 10 attempts, he's gonna make a couple of them. Even
But
Rodman.
Mario had a huge three in the college
Yep.
championship game.
Against Derrick Rose.
Yeah.
Kansas, man, the Jayhawks stay winning national champions. All right, 24 seconds left. Let's see what you got, Dallas. Tie game. Can you steal a road playoff win? They've stole games on the road this entire playoff run. Get the ball to Dirk. Tick, tick, tick. clutch. What a take.
My God.
And then watch this. This is close. He damn near almost hit that. Can you imagine if he hit that?
I would have lost my shit.
What a game though, huh?
Fuck yeah, Dirk. What a fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Down 15 with 7 minutes to go, and they come back and win.
Unbelievable.
Can you believe it?
I mean, to me, that's the game of the series, you know? Now you go home, three straight at home, 1-1, and you believe you can beat this team now.
And yeah, and Dirk had 24, I believe, or 27.
Yeah.
And he didn't even have that crazy huge of a game. You just have to fight constantly. And it just proves that the Heat are beatable.
Yep. That's the biggest thing. They had looked so unbeatable to this point. They were undefeated at home in the playoffs. So it's a huge win. You lose game three, but then you win two in a row and you win three in a row and close it out in Miami. Dirk said he wanted to win in Miami to because he lost in Dallas and he knows what it's like to lose the finals at home, you know,
Mm-hmm.
for them to be celebrating on your home court. So he wanted to do that to the Heat. Yeah, just 24, didn't shoot the ball that well, less than 50%, but was clutch. That's all that matters. Well, good shit, man. Thanks for coming on. This was a lot of fun, wasn't it?
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, if you're down, maybe we'll do a Kings Mavs one of these days. I'm gonna do a ton of these, like one a week, all spring and summer long until the football season starts back up. And then me and you and Gavin are talking about doing one, right?
We off record, right?
Huh? No, we're still
Are you?
recording.
Oh, yeah, probably.
Gavin said he's down, so
Yeah, I'll be down for a football one.
yeah. But um, what did this mean to you, Dirk winning this his ring?
It was for me. It was the first time I watched a team that I cheered for winning a ring,
Wow.
and it meant a lot. Especially, I went through all kind of emotions throughout the series, and winning as an underdog feels so much greater than
Yeah.
just winning. Yeah, it's nice if you're dominating and blowing people off, but just beating the arguably biggest big three to ever be assembled
Yep.
is is insane, and it kind of like defined Dirk Nowitzki legacy. And yeah, he was my favorite player at the time, and to me, it's unbelievable, especially when LeBron James ended up having like 8 points on
Yeah.
in Game 6, I believe. It's just extra sweetness to it.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
was hoping it was going to continue, but in the back of my mind, I was like, Dirk is already pretty old. I should be just very happy with the one.
Yep.
And it's very difficult to win any championship.
Absolutely. So, and to do it against the Heat, excellent job. Thanks for coming on, Stoyo. Good shit as always. And have a great week, guys. Peace out.